This one's for you, Morph. Ah!
JP, thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I'm so excited to celebrate Morph, one of my favorite characters, coming back for X-Men 97. Congratulations on the amazing Season 1 premiere.
Thank you. Thanks so much. I'm glad to talk to you about him.
So we're doing something special for C2E2. It's Comics Online's 25th anniversary, and we're celebrating Secret Origins, but not of the characters you're playing, but of you, the talent who is working in this industry. Love to hear how you got involved in acting and voice acting in particular.
Oh, sure. I mean, I grew up loving cartoons, Looney Tunes. My very first love was He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, you know. So I loved it so much, but I really didn't understand that there were people who portrayed the characters until I saw Aladdin. And I was like, oh, I know Robin Williams. And Robin Williams is a famous on-camera actor. Ergo, if I want to do voiceover, I should become a famous on-camera actor, because it couldn't be a real job. It had to be just like something that they let you do once you've achieved that level of fame. So I kind of just went on that track and went to college for theater, and and eventually moved out to LA with the hopes of getting an on-camera career. And luckily I had some professors that were able to talk me off of that notion and be like, or, you could just study voiceover and audition for that. So that's what I did. And my mentor was Porky Pig, a.k.a. Bob Bergen. And I started, I got my first agent and started booking my first voiceover jobs in 2006. And I've been doing it for almost 20 years. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, one of my favorite parts of X-Men 97 was getting to see Morph's journey continue. We only got to spend a little bit of time with him originally, for obvious reasons. He was going through, a little bit with Mr. Sinister, but it was so great getting to see his journey continue and his character really get fleshed out a lot more. What were you doing to prepare and internalize Morph's journey to this point as you were launching into the character with X-Men 97?
Sure. As you say, in the very first episode of the original animated series, Morph dies, and then thanks to some rabid fans, he comes back, but he's very traumatized, and he's brainwashed, and then he kind of goes to rehab, sort of, and he has a very tumultuous journey in the old series. So when I was reading the audition script, I wasn't super familiar with the animated series. I was a Power Ranger kid. I was a big fan of the X-Men movies, and I came to the animated series after I booked the job, really. But Morph's story of being a non-binary character who has a very traumatic backstory and has been through some really painful experiences coming into their own, and now finds themselves in a friend group that they trust and kind of feeling better and pushing through all of that residual trauma with humor. All of that just felt like a very inherently relatable and inherently queer experience that I just gravitated towards. So I really didn't feel like I had to, slap on a lot of extra coats of wax. It just felt like, no, I'm just going to, which is also why I use my own voice. I didn't feel the need to do a character. They also weren't very specific in the audition about it had to be a sound-alike. So I kind of let Ron's Morph be Ron's and mine be mine. And the only thing I took with it was the laugh, because that was very quintessential to the character.
Iconic for those of us who grew up with it. We'll talk Power Rangers in a bit. Spent a lot of time with the cast and crew over the years, so we'll relate on that. With Morph also, I think one of the joys that we got to see was their expression using other characters from the X-Men Marvel Universe surprise viewers as they transform throughout the season. Were there any in particular that you just really got to have fun playing with?
The ones that I got to voice were super fun. I got to say the iconic Morph Smash when I changed it to the Hulk. I did some grunts and efforts for Quicksilver and Juggernaut, which was fun. But honestly, for the rest of them, I mean, I'd read the script, but I was surprised as much as the fans were when I saw it on screen come to life for the first time. And it was also especially fun. In a way, I sort of share the character of Morph with a lot of my fellow cast members. Like, he turns into Jean and, a bunch of other people. So, and Charles. And so a bunch of my castmates get the fun of being sassy Morph in their body. It's so he's a shared experience.
There was another very big milestone for Morph this season, which was the opening title card. Could you share just what went through your head when you got to see that moment in particular?
I saw it at the premiere. I had no idea beforehand. I was shocked. It was so cool. Because I was familiar with the iconic opening theme, the iconic opening credits, and I had no expectation that I was going to be in there, so that was really cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your stories with us. We're excited to see where Morph's journey continues, and honestly, every time this character's popped up since his introduction in X-Men the Animated Series, whether it's comics or X-Men 97, to see how they've evolved has been a joy as a viewer and as a reader. So thank you for putting your spin on the character and really, doing them justice.